to access all the elements of array. So this is a pretty common operation. We need to iterate and we need to access each value. Okay, fine. Next, we will see. Yesterday we also learn about string methods, right? Like index of all these methods, substring also. So arrays also contains a lot of methods. Compared to strings, array has a huge list of methods. Okay, guys. So here in array methods, I'm going to classify into two types. The method itself only. So some array methods will depends on callback functions. Once I'm done with the callback functions, before starting with object-oriented programming, I will explain few methods like filter, reduce, map, for each. So these methods will require a callback functions. This time I will not explain. I will explain only methods which doesn't require any callbacks. Sort all these things I will explain later on. So for the time being, so I will explain only off of that methods. But with this off of that methods, so you can achieve any task. Okay, you can achieve any task. So don't think so I didn't get any methods, so this is the reason I can't able. So not like this sense. With this methods, but you can achieve any task, but it will take a long time to achieve these things. So you need to try to more code. But when it comes to those methods, you can easily achieve it in single line only. Maximum we can achieve it in single line only. So those methods I will not explain now. Okay, once I'm done with the function, still I'm not done with the function itself only, right? So once I'm done with the callback functions, okay, I will start all those things. So for I will start array methods. Okay, so I will take fruits itself only. Okay, so first method is called push. See guys, so where you are adding really matters a lot, because so if you add element in between of these elements, so its order will changes. See, what is the index of orange? So it's 3, right? Okay, the index of orange is 3. If I add an element between kiwi and orange, so the index of orange will become 4. Like it will change. Okay, see, most important, where you are adding is most important. So if you're so even if you're adding element, you should not disturb the other elements index. Okay, the position is most important. Okay, you are waiting for a queue. If someone will join will in the center, so it will disturb your order, right? You will get angry. Okay, because you are waiting for a long time, but someone will suddenly joins in the in between, so you will getting a delay again, right? The same way here is also. So order is most important. If you are adding an element inside this in between these two elements, so the order will changes. Okay, so what is push is? So adding one or more element or values into an array at the last position. See, it is going to add an element at the last position. See, what is the last position? After grapes. Understood? So push, I'm going to add an element after grapes. Understood? So let's see this. So here, observe. So how to add an element? Fruits dot push. Okay, fruits dot push. Inside this one, we are going to pass an fruit. Okay, banana. Okay, now before pushing, I will show the fruits. Okay, after push has been happened, so let's see the output of fruits. Okay, see, banana has been added at the last position. So if I add an element at the last position, so remaining elements is the index of the remaining elements will changes or not? No, right? So I'm adding at last. If the new person joins at last position, so none of will get disturbs, right? Because he comes late, so he will join at the last, right? The same way here is also. So push method will always add an element at the last. So you can add one or more also. Okay, like watermelon. See, banana and watermelon will be at the last position. So push method we use to add in elements at last position. Next, pop. So basically pop will deletes an item from an array at last position. Okay, so push will add, pop will removes. Okay, so it deletes an item from an array at last position. Pop. Okay, so like fruits dot pop. So guys, so if you want to add an element, I need an element. If you want to remove, do you need an element? If you want to earn, you need to work. If you want to spend, you need to work. No, right? Money. If you want to earn, you need to work. If you want to spend, it's easily we can spend it. Here is also the push. You need an element to add an element. So the removes, we don't need it. See, already element is been there in your array. You can directly remove it, right? So that's the reason I should. I'm not passing any values here. Okay, it will directly remove the last element. So fruits. So banana has been removed. Removes an element from the last. Next, shift. Okay, what is exactly it does? So it deletes an element at the beginning of position. See, till now we have worked with last position. So the remaining orders doesn't alter. But if you're touching at the beginning, you're changing, you're adding or removing element at the beginning, now order of the elements will changes now this time. Okay, that's the reason. So shift. So it deletes an item from an array at beginning position. Okay, so since I'm deleting, I don't need any values, right? So I can directly delete it. So fruits dot shift. So I can print fruits. See, apple has been removed because apple is the first element, right? Next, fourth one, unshift. So unshift, it adds an element at the beginning position. So shift and unshift also alter. See, if you're adding, so again, it's going to alter the all the elements order again. Remaining elements order will be alters, right? So unshift, adding an item to an array at the beginning solution. Okay, so fruits dot unshift. See, unshift, I'm adding an element. I need an element, right? I will add back apple. I removed in the last operation, right? I'm adding now. Then check fruits. Apple has been added back. Any doubts in these four methods? All are good. Going same pace. Okay, for this pace. Okay. Okay. So now I'll go now for index of. Index of. So I want to check the index of an element. Okay, I know the element. I want to check the index of an element inside an array. So to get the index of an element, the index of an element. Okay. See here, fruits dot index of. I want to know the index of kiwi. Okay, so what is the index of kiwi? 0, 1, 2, right? It returns true. But I'm looking for an index of an element which doesn't exist inside an array. Okay, this time I'll look for a. Do we had banana? No, right? Banana. Okay, so banana we don't have in our array, right? Now tell me what is the index? It's a negative index, right? Returns -1. -1 means that element doesn't exist inside an array. Okay, so negative index. Since index start is always 0, so negative index doesn't exist. That means that element doesn't exist inside an array. Index of k should be calculated. Fourth, fifth, right. Next, includes. So basically this method returns true or false. Okay, so I will check. So if the element is available inside the array, so is that element exist inside the array? If it is exists, so it will returns true. If it is not exist, it returns false. Okay, so it evaluates includes method. It's evaluate the given element exist in the array. So the same so with the same operation, includes operation or index almost equal, you might think like this, because if array returns -1, it's also doesn't exist. You can do it your own. Okay, we have to write it returns false, but here the method it's exclusive gives the true or false, almost similar. Includes, see, it returns true, right? So banana, it doesn't exist, so it returns false. Okay, next, seventh one. So concat. So concat. See, unlike string, you can't add array 1 plus array 2. It doesn't work. Okay, so concat means basically it's going to merge two arrays and creates a single array. Okay, So the single array is a brand new, okay? So it will doesn't alters the any of the arrays. So it will create a brand new array. It's merges two array and it creates a brand new array. It doesn't alters the existing arrays. Okay. So method creates a new array by merging existing arrays. So here const, so I'm going to create a new arrays this time. So const array1 equals, see, observe, 1 2 3 4. Next